So this is the first Dulcimer I ever saw, and the first Dulcimer I ever owned. And this Dulcimer and I have traveled around the world. We've traveled across Canada. We've traveled across many countries just playing. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey for both of us. It got to a point though where I was kind of worried about how much beating this poor old instrument took from being on the road, all the different humidities, temperatures. Every now and then it got dropped and it just kept playing and playing and playing. Just to let you know how worn out this poor old instrument was getting, this is the case that I used to travel with. So I think it was time to get a stunt double, if you will. So I got JR to make me another Dulcimer. And he's actually made me several Dulcimers. I'll be sharing those with you as we go going along on different songs. But this is the old... It just wants to play. It doesn't want to wait. This is my touring Dulcimer now. And this is the one I'll be using most of the time while we're together. And the thing that makes this Dulcimer a little bit better for touring and playing and stuff is it's got machine heads rather than the friction pegs that the other Dulcimer has. Much easier to tune it up. So tuning, that's kind of an important thing to learn how to do. And I use a tuner called a snark. And it's just a clip-on tuner, and you play the string, and it's got a little chart that'll tell you whether or not it's in tune. I'll be showing that to you in detail. Tuning is very important, and it's not that hard to do when you have an electronic tuner. And you can also do it with a phone if you have the right app. But what I want to talk to you today about, I want to get started playing with you. So I'm going to start with the right hand. And the right hand is the one that sounds the strings. Now you can do it by going down with your fingers. You can do it by down with your thumb. You can do it by pulling up with your fingers. Or you can do it by just hitting it. Either way, yeah? So this is the basic for getting a rhythm going with your instrument. So just try doing this. Try just going down with your fingers. Usually these are the two fingers that hit the strings for me. And up with your thumb. Just try going down and up, down and up. Now what I want you to try and do is make it as little, as tight as you can possibly make that movement. You don't want to be going, unless you're really showing off, which I have done occasionally. But keep it nice and tight. Keep it right here in the wrist. Just try and keep it steady. That's the important part. Steady as you go. Don't go faster. Don't go slow. Keep it just even. Now you can speed it up. But always keep it even. Even between the downstroke and the upstroke. You can play it very slowly, of course. Keep it tight. Keep it nice and tight. Less is more here. So what I'd like you to do with me just now is just try that little stroke there. Down with your fingers, up with your thumb. Down with your fingers, and up with your thumb. Let's get a nice groove going. Let's make a groove, okay? You can do this too. Just go down. But for the sake of this exercise, let's go down, up, down, up. Got it? Okay, let's speed it up a little bit. About like that. Now I'm going to show you a really cool trick. It's with this hand. So what I'm going to do is, if you counted it out, you would be going 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, down. And on the 2 and the 4, I'm going to take this hand and I'm just going to touch the string just enough so that kills the sound, like that. Now, why would you want to kill the sound? Because you want to give a little percussion to what you're doing. So, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and the 4. I'm going to just slap it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, got a little bit of a groove going now, don't we? Keep it nice and steady and even. That's the trick. So work with that a little bit to get that nice rhythm going. Down, up, down, up. And remember, you can also just do all down strokes, do all up strokes. It's up to you. I'm just showing you one of my favorite tricks. Is the down, up, and you just hold that steady like you're a machine, and then you get that rhythm going with the touch. And when I mean the touch, I really mean so lightly. If you do it too hard, you don't want that. You want it dead, right? That's what you want. That makes you the drummer in the band, by the way, which is a very nice place to be. And once you got that 2 and the 4 beat going, you can mess around by using what I call the feather touch. Hear it? Variations on the same thing, but it's a light touch, everything tight, you don't have to move around, you don't have to lift your finger way off or anything, keep it right over the strings. Less is more. Okay, now I want to show you another way to play the strings with your right hand. I call this pluck, pick, strum. So, plucking, you're gonna pluck something. With your pointer finger and your thumb, you take the outside strings and you pluck the outside strings, the double string and the bass string. Yeah? You bring it together. Now you don't do that, you just keep it tight. And you'll notice that after you have done the pluck, your finger has moved right over the middle string. So you're there, you might as well play it. That's the pick. You're right there. You just have to use it. Yeah? And then, after you've done the pluck and the pick, take your fingers and strum down. Now, all these things, I know that I'm making it look simple, and for you, if you're just starting out, this could be a bit of a struggle for you, but keep at it, because it's just like any of those other things that you do, like riding a bike, learning to juggle. You do it enough times, it'll become second nature to you. But don't worry if it feels awkward. It is awkward until your brain gets the message going, oh, that's all you're doing is plucking, picking, and strumming. And let me tell you, I spent the first days with the Dulcimer just kind of doing these things. I didn't care about what was going on here, and I just wanted to hear that sound over and over again, played with different sort of techniques. But at some point, you should let the left hand play too, because it's going to get jealous. So here's a little tune that I like to play. It's one of the early tunes. It was made up by my dear friend Joe Mock, and it's called The Valentine's Day. So what I want you to do, before we start that, I don't want to edit this, I just want to let you know how excited I'm getting to be telling you these things. Why don't you find out a song you already know? For instance, Frère Jacques. I can't play it. Just doing that pluck in the pick. Don't even do the strum yet. Just pluck, pick, pluck, pick. And then wander around. Try that string. That's good. That's good. They're all good. So, or try the pluck, pick, strum and do it. Well, I'm just going to leave it there for right now, so you can just mess around with it, play all the strings, find out what they sound like, and then I'll get back with you and I'll show you that song.